Hello everyone. How you doing? Long time no see. It's been a while. I am just fixing my volume here, making sure you can all hear me really well. And happy June. We're going into June tomorrow. It's the last day of May. And I'm here to do a reading, surprise, surprise, for all signs. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm noticing the energy of the people around me. The on on all the social media, and I thought, geez, we should talk about this a little bit, and talk about how to balance ourselves in this energy. So I shuffled and laid out some cards. And when I was shuffling, there was four cards that jumped out. Four. And I barely even got to shuffle. I was thinking about everyone, because I think this is common energy around most people. In the past month or so, I've been noticing a lot of irritation with people. Thanks for that thumbs up. And um, miscommunication, um, irritability, frustration, all this sort of energy. And I wanted to really try and help with that. Even with myself, I noticed I was really irritated and wanting to just really speak my mind and that sort of thing. So, anyway, like I said, I thought I would. And, Jupiter has just gone into Gemini for the next 12 months. And both signs are about communication and connection. Both signs need connection, need to communicate, need to say what's on their mind. And we also need to find a way to balance that. So, anyhow, I'm going to tell you about these four cards that jumped out. And the jumpers are usually time cards, and they're that underlying energy that's going on. So, first of all, there's the King of Pentacles. Oops, oops. And the King of Pentacles is very industrious. He or she, you, are wanting to develop something new, wanting to put yourself into a new project, a new job, a new something. The old projects, the old things that you were doing are boring, they're redundant, they're stagnant, and you're really looking for something new to put yourself into. But as you can see, the King of Pentacles is very comfortable in his chair, and he's not getting up until it's the thing that is makes you excited, makes you feel passionate. And because you're not seeing that thing in front of you, you're not hearing about it, you're not seeing it, it can be very frustrating. And so that's that Nine of Swords, that anxiety, that irritation, that non movement, that feeling stuck and anxiety, those pressures getting on us because it feels like there's no movement, right? And we can let our mind and our thoughts invade our passion, and so we get feeling helpless, like, is anything ever going to change? Am I ever going to get there? Am I ever going to see that light? You know what I mean? And so it can feel very frustrating. Oops. And then you have the Prince of Swords, as well as the Prince of Cups. These are both knights. And the knights are all action cards, finally, action. And so with the Prince of Swords, the Prince of Swords, and all knights are out to achieve a goal. They have a goal in mind. And as I said, your goal is to find that new thing that you want to create, that you want to start developing, you want to put your energy into, you want to um you know uh begin, you want us to start to do something new. And and so what the Prince of Swords represents is communication. It's connecting with people, it's networking with people, it's putting your ideas out there, your desires out there, letting people know where you want to go, what you want to do, or at least what areas you're interested in. The Prince of Swords is also about truth. They want to get more information. They seek knowledge. They seek education. They seek information. But they also want the truth. They want to know what's what. Okay. And so this is finally, you're feeling, and some at first it can come out as agitation, as kind of friction, because the Knight of Swords kind of plows in and says, "What's this? What's that?" In that kind of energy. But to soften that, we have the Prince of Cups. And so, what this transforms into is love. It transforms into joy. It changes the communication to more loving, more passionate. What makes us feel good? What do we seek that is going to give us joy? What do and that communication again in a more loving way, in a more acceptable way, in a way. And also, the Prince of Cups is also a goal seeker, is looking to achieve a goal. And this is in relationships. So, for some of you, it might be that you're wanting to make connections again. You're wanting to, good morning, Tita. You're wanting to connect with people now. You're wanting to get out and go to coffee, or just talk, communicate and be kind, because you get more with sugar than you do with vinegar. And the Knight of Cups is sugar and the Knight of Swords is a little bit vinegar. But that Knight of Swords that we're in is that Gemini energy, that communication, asking questions, getting education, looking for information. And then the Knight of Cups is a more passionate, more kind sort of approach, and passing on good vibrations. Okay, so it's starting to transform right now. So don't get too upset or frustrated if this energy is, kind of frigid, and kind of like it makes me think of a story a friend told me about when she was visiting home, and she was watching her little niece with her Barbies. And the little girl is trying to clean her Barbie, give her a bath or wash her. And she's got this washcloth on the Barbie, and she's just rubbing that Barbie like this, trying to clean her face, and it's just so rough, and just to try and achieve this thing. And it's so funny, but it's how it starts out. It's how it starts out in this kind of rough way, but it's going to smooth out. All right, it's going to smooth out. So don't worry too much. because we always get there. We have a starting point, and don't feel weird. Don't feel like, oh God, I'm so angry all the time or anything, because there's a lot of that energy generally out there. Okay. So it's okay. It's not just you, it's everyone. So, and I did this video for all signs because, like I said, I'm really seeing it and feeling it from a lot of people, including myself. And I thought, we could all use a little direction, a little hope, a little guidance through this, because it's generally everyone. It affects us all, sort of thing. So, in the recent past, or in the where what we're wanting, okay, it's not the present, what we're doing, what we're wanting, our expectations. All right, we have the Chariot here. I'll move this down a little bit so you can see the Chariot, the Star, the Five of Wands, the Lovers, and the Hermit. All right, so in the Chariot, there's that struggle, okay, that we're being pulled in a couple of directions. We're having a hard time figuring out what is the right direction. What is the right direction? I, I, we are being pulled in communication in a way, like in two different directions. We want to connect. We want to find what we're looking for, but we're also feeling very frustrated that we're still here where we are. When is it going to happen? But in the Chariot, that beautiful sunburst in the background. So you're getting clarity. You're starting to see more of the playing field here, more of what it is that you have, your options. Okay. And that's the one good thing about the Chariot that people don't think about, is options, because it's better to have options than to not have options. And so there's a balance here of figuring out, how do I incorporate these two sides of myself, and then head in a single direction, have a goal, figure out what I can do and combine all these parts of myself. The Chariot also indicates travel. And so some of you may be taking short trips, long trips, whatever, seeking out what you're looking for, or seeking a break, a little a time where you can give some thought to what it is you're looking for, what it is you want. But the Chariot is you trying to figure out the balance out these two sides of yourself, or maybe more than two, and pick a direction, pick a goal, focus. It's a lot about focus, okay? The Star, again, is about balance, right? We're wanting to let go of this negative energy, maybe baggage, things that are holding us back, old bull of things, maybe resentments, whatever it is, we're wanting to let some of this go. Limitations, too, limitations. And then we're wanting to welcome in, like I said, the joy, the possibilities of what we can, because we get kind of focused in what we can't. Oh well, all that's going on, so nothing's going to be good out of it, and we can focus on the negative a lot. And so the good thing about that is you're letting it out. Let it out. Let out all that negative. Say it, you write about it, whatever. And then you'll have space to let in positive. Let in the possibilities, okay? This is a cleansing time. It's a cleansing period. So sometimes we need that negative because we need, what is bothering me, we have to say. Why am I feeling so irritated? Why am I so upset? So sometimes we need to vent. We need to let that shit out, you know? And then we have space to welcome in the new, welcome in the positive, and welcome in what we can do. Okay. Sometimes letting in what we can do is not actually about action, you know, it's about not doing something, you know, like sometimes in the world we're thinking, what can we do to change this? You know, what can we fight against? What can we march and protest against? And what can we, but sometimes an action is an inaction. So you can refuse to do something. You can stop looking at something. You can stop talking about something. You can stop buying a product or shopping somewhere. You can just let go of that. You don't have to fight it. You just let go of it. You know, you don't have to participate. And that's action too. That is action too. Because when because when we fight, when we protest, when we do all this, it causes a lot of competition, where there's a lot of us and them energy out there, and if you're not with me, you're against me, kind of thing. But it doesn't need to be either. We don't have to pick a side. We don't have to. We don't have to participate in that. We don't have to get drawn into that competitive energy. And in the Five of Wands, everyone wants to be chief. Everyone wants to be heard. Everyone wants their idea to be noticed. And at the same time, when they're all fighting and competing, nobody's really listening to each other. No one's hearing and communicating or connecting. There is a lot of tension and a lot of competition. So it's redundant energy. A lot of energy gets spent without anything really getting done. It just keeps going around in a circle, round and round and round and round and round. And but at the same time, like I said, venting, getting it out is letting it out. Just let that stuff out. And then with the Lovers, that's where I was talking about choice. You have choice always to participate, to not participate, to choose the direction, choose what you want to give yourself to, your passion to. It is, and it doesn't have to be an us or them situation. It doesn't have to be a side. Okay, it can be what you feel in your heart, what is best for you. you know and and it's more passionate. It's more what you feel like you can do something with. Out of these things, what could I do something with? What can I move forward with? And the Hermit. And the Hermit is about contemplation, really giving something some deep thought, not hearing something and making a decision, really giving it some deep thought and thinking, what's the right path for me? What do I need? And sometimes we need to shut out a lot of other things to get into our own heads. Shut off the TV. Don't listen to Sarah or Jim. and form our own ideas, our own path, our what guides us, you know, and what is going to be the right path for me. It's seeing the light, having clarity and the wisdom to know what you're thinking, not what everybody else is thinking, what you're thinking. How do I feel? What do I need? How do I feel? What do I need? Okay? Connecting with yourself most of all. So, this is the energy you're coming from in the past month or two, and the energy that you're moving into, present energy, is the Nine of Cups, a welcome card, completely welcome card. And I must say that in some ways, in the Nine of Cups, your rewards, your benefits, your vision could be just for you, just for you. You're not you're not following the crowd here. you know this is individual, okay? And this vision, this sign, because I want you to pay attention to the signs around you, because think there's going to be some small and some big indicators that you're moving in the right direction. And so this sign is very individual for you. It's not, oh, well, they're all moving that way, so I'm going to move that way too. Again, it's what feels right to you. Okay. And I think that, like I said, when you can accept these two sides of yourself and focus, the signs are going to be easily readable. They're going to be like obvious to you. You're going to get your answers you're seeking. So the Nine of Cups, the Princess of Pentacles, so the page, the Three of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Six of Wands. So, with that Nine of Cups, it's a wish card. It's also a yes card. Like I said, that sign that lets you know this is the right direction. I just got a feeling. I just knew when I saw that or felt that or heard that it was the right thing. So I really want you to pay attention and look for those things. Sometimes it's a bird. Sometimes, it can be anything. Sometimes it's a feather in your path that lets you know you're heading in the right direction. It depends on what those totems are for you, okay? And in the Princess of Pentacles, the princesses and the pages, they're communications, but they're also where we feel like the apprentice, we're the novice, we're learning something new. There's that new idea, that single pentacle that the King of Pentacles was looking for. He or she wants that new idea. What can I do now? I'm so bored with my life. I feel like I'm just stuck and stagnant, and I think I got no passion, and I want something new. And here it is. And like I said, the Nine of Cups is the yes, the sign. And here you have your idea, your potential. Okay, and a lot of passion. I feel like you've probably done some healing over the past little while, whether it's through positive, negative, venting, whatever it is you needed to get out, the baggage, the because some stuff might have come up from the past, from present situations. You could have had some present situations that brought up things from the past, old triggers, old stuff that could have been surprising to you. You're surprised, like, geez, why am I thinking that again? Why am I feeling that again? Why am I going there again? So it could have brought up some old stuff. And so you needed to heal with that. There was some healing involved. And the passion, feeling excited, feeling like this is right. This feels good. I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm going to give it a try. And sometimes we try things and we think, not exactly, but it's close. It's down the path I want to go, because when we're on the journey through the tarot, it's all figuring it out, okay? Now, the Three of Wands is in the dead center of the reading. And the Three of Wands is the potential for growth. It's knowing now what you want to do, because in the two, you have the idea. In the Ace, you have the idea. And in the two, you start making plans. You start figuring out, okay, I'll go see that company on that day, or I'll call this place and find out if I can and what I need to do. And so there's all the potential there. And you're looking at the path before you. Oop, my finger's going the wrong way. The path before you, okay? You're not in a big rush. You know that you're on your way, and that is such a good feeling, to know the path you've chosen now, because before there was no path. You didn't know what you were doing. You were stuck. And now you're feeling like, I am going to move forward with this. I really like it. It feels good. I feels like there's growth here. There's expansion happening, okay? And so you're seeing the potential to take an idea and do something with it, okay? There also could be collaboration involved. You could be considering collaborating with someone else. I'm feeling a real individual feeling here, though, that it's something that you need to do on your own or need to explore at this time on your own. But at least you feel like you have an idea, a path now to start heading down, okay? And you're feeling positive about the potential for growth. Now, with the Five of Swords, while you're moving forward, you may leave others behind that don't agree with your path. They're still stuck in that negative energy. They're still dealing with old wounds or pushing their ideas their way onto what you might be wanting, disagreeing with your path, whatever it is, that's okay. So there's people that you may lose along the way on your new path, all right? And it doesn't mean that this is going to be a permanent loss. It could be just a temporary loss because you're doing things your way now. Not, like I said, you're not following the parade. You're not following the group. You're not a clone anymore. You have your own mind, your own passion, your own thoughts, your own ideas, and your own way of doing it. You could have been pressured in the past that it must be this way. It has to be this way. But you realize, no, I don't think it does. I am going to try it like this. I'm going to try my own whirl at it and what feels good to me. And so this might be a little difficult to lose people along the way. And like I said, it may not be permanent. It could be just for a while that you have different ways to approach things. Okay. And that's okay. If they're truly love you, if they truly appreciate you, respect you, they will come back. They will come back. They will realize, this is their stuff, not yours. And they will come back. That's up to them. So, so in this process, You may lose people, you may lose uh, that frigid energy because you're not going along with the crowd, the team, whatever. Okay. That's okay. Because the great thing is maybe they were dead weight anyway. They were dead weight holding you back. Sometimes when we're wanting to please someone else, it holds us back because we're not listening to ourselves, you know? And so here you're listening to yourself. You were right. It doesn't have to be about right or wrong either. But you were right to listen to yourself. You were right to follow your heart, your ideas, your creative abilities, and you become a leader. Now, whether you're a leader for just yourself, you're carving your own path now, or others are now following you saying, you've got something here. You're onto something here. I like the way you think. I like the way you do things. You're very inspiring, you know, because your energy's changed. You're showing passion, pleasure, glass half full, the possibilities. So Six of Wands is a step forward, starting to move forward now. Okay, because you're not people pleasing anymore. You're not agreeing to something you don't agree to. And again, I think there's going to be signs, and one of them is things are going to start moving forward. I saw something. I was watching a show last night, and it was one of these detective shows. And it was a woman detective. And she had another detective she was working with, and this detective got removed from the case for frivolous reasons. And she said to him, write the person's name down on a piece of paper that's in your way, that's blocking your progress, that's prohibiting you from your path, and put that piece of paper in your shoe, and and do it every day, and eventually that will be removed from your path. They will be removed from your path. So there's an idea for you. I liked that idea. I thought, oh, that's a good idea. Because and it doesn't always have to be a person. In this circumstance it was, and she said it was something her grandmother told her. And I love old teachings. I love old teachings because they weren't based on everything that's going on now. But anyway, so there's an idea. If you feel like a person is prohibiting your path, whether it's a lover, a boss, a coworker, a neighbor, whoever, write their name on a piece of paper and put it in your shoe. And you're going to walk past their limitations, past their, what they're trying to prohibit in your life. Okay. And you do that for as long as it takes. Good morning, Rose. How you doing? So I just loved that idea. So I think that things are going to move forward with you very soon. I'm thinking June, this month in June, because it is the Six of Wands. So where you felt limited, where you felt agitation and frustration, and you're going to be able to move forward. But I feel like there's something you may have to let go, a person, a job, something that's limiting you. Okay. And that, once you let that go, you're going to be able to move forward. All right, you're going to take steps forward. And I think this is in your creative process, whether it's work, art, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to formulate here. Where's the card I'm looking for? Well, with your Three of Wands. with your Three of Wands, because he hasn't actually taken a step forward yet, because I feel like there's something prohibiting, limiting, some negative energy that's telling you you can't, or whatever. And so that's why there's not a lot of movement here. But then once you disregard or let go whatever that energy is, the person, the place, whatever, then the steps can be taken forward. Okay? And you may not know that what that is exactly, but you will. You'll think, oh, I know exactly what that is. So the really interesting thing is in the forward movement, in the future, or the energy that's coming in, is the Fool. The Fool is the new idea, the willing to take a risk, the wanting to move forward and take a leap of faith. Because I think that there was doubt, there was limitations before, like I said, with the Chariot and the Star, and you needed to filter that out. You needed to filter that through, and you needed to realize that you do not need to compete with others. You have your own ideas, your own way of doing things. So here you are in the Fool, and I want to point out that the Fool already has with him or her everything you need. So the wand is what he's carrying here, the wand. And in that little, oops, everything's backwards here on this camera. Everything else, the cup, the pentacle, and the sword of truth is all in the sack. He's got everything, all the tools he needs, or you need, to head out on this new journey, on a new cycle. Okay? So here you are. And the very next card is the Magician. Because when we're the Fool and we're heading out on this, we're not sure if it's going to work out. We're just going to take a chance. I'm just going to go for it. They might say no. I may not get the job. They may not be interested. I don't know, but I'm going to give it a shot. Why not? What do I got to lose? And in the Magician, you realize your potential. You realize that you have a lot of talent, a lot of skills, and you really have everything you need to move forward with what you want to do. And sometimes we find new patterns, and because we try things the old way, well, this is the way I always did it before, and it worked. But that may not work. You may have to develop a new way. The important thing you need to realize is you already contain everything you need to succeed. He takes the cup, the pentacle, the sword out of the sack. There's the wand again. Oops, my finger. There's the wand again. And the wand is that creative energy, that potential for growth that he's holding high. He knows that he can try anyway. And so he lays these other tools out on the table, and he thinks, he knows he has everything, all the gifts and skills and abilities and knowledge to move forward. Now, you can't know everything about what's going to happen here, what's going to come about, how it's going to come about. And that's where the chicken here is involved, and these columns behind him, because he can see everything in front of him, to the right, to the left, and in front of him. But we cannot see behind us, okay? And so there's still some mystery in the path you're taking. There's still some mystery, and that's okay. You can't know everything, and you don't need to yet. You're only at, well, this was one, but you're only in the first steps of your journey. But what you need to know is it's possible. It's possible. Okay? The Queen of Cups. Oops, Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is about connection, wanting to connect, okay? and wanting to connect with friends, neighbors, lovers, family, work. It's wanting to connect in a positive way, in a loving way. And because, there's a native teaching that says about teachings, when you're getting a teaching, take what you like, take the positive, and leave the rest. People may say and show you things that, oh, I really like that. Oh, that's cool. And they may have other things that they share that you're like, that doesn't sound very good. I don't know if I like that. Or that doesn't work for me. So we take what we like, we take the good, and we leave the rest. We don't need to battle it. We don't need to correct it. We don't need to adjust it. We just leave it. And we take what works for us, what we can embrace, and we leave the rest. So this is wanting to connect with other like-minded people, with and not just like-minded, because sometimes there is power, there is gems. I want to say gems, okay? Pearls of knowledge, information, ideas. Like sometimes a spark, just they say one word and they don't even know that they've said a word, but they did, and it set off. The light bulb went off in your head. See that light bulb? The moon there? That light bulb. And there's a new moon coming on the 4th, the 6th. Anyway, next week, this week coming. There's a light bulb going off that says, oh, that's it. That's it. I know now. And it's in the power of connection. Okay? Because the fool and magician are on their own. They're on their own. They know they're on a journey. They know they're heading to something new. They know that they're talented. They know that they carry a lot of the tools and things they need to move forward, but they're alone. And they're all alone in their thinking, their idea, their process. But in the queen, we make connection. And it's not necessarily sharing your ideas, and it could be, but it's also about listening, okay? And deciphering. The deciphering, like I said, take the good and leave the rest. Decipher what is for you, what can help you, what can you use out of this. Because in every situation there's always things that you're like, I don't know about that. But we don't have to dislike it. We don't have to put it down or dismember it. It's just, no, that's not we just leave it. We just leave it. Okay. Like I said, in where we're going, in the future we're going, we sometimes it's just about not doing something. We don't need to fight it. We don't need to battle it. We don't need to squash it. We just leave it. That's not what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing, right? Now, the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is about preserving, okay? Preserving. For some of you, it could be about saving your money, not spending, not buying everything that you don't need, preserving your energy, you know, preserving your ideas and your thoughts and your movements. But it's about preserving and saving what you are doing, your plans, because you're creating this strong foundation, this is something solid, okay? And so you could be saving up or preserving your money, whatever it is, for the plan, for the action you're going to take, because you see that light out the window. That's the plan. That's the idea. That's that creative, those possibilities. That's what you got in mind. That's what you're thinking. I know what I'm going to do, but I need a little bit of time. I need to save up some money. I need to save up my energy, whatever it is. And it's about taking your time too. 4 is about a bit of a pause, okay? For me, I'm thinking that I'm really feeling like it's preserving your money. I'm going to tell you. This is what I really feel strongly. So I think you need to refrain from buying everything. Oh, geez, these shoes are, I don't, they're not that comfortable. And you just don't run out and buy another pair of shoes. You wear those shoes until they fall apart, okay? Because you're saving your money for when you plan to go on the miles for millions, on that big walk, on that big journey. Don't get the shoes right now because you're not leaving yet. You're planning, you're getting things ready. In this chest is more than money. It's things that you're saving for the for what's out the window. Oh, Jesus drives me nuts, everything backwards. But because it's coming, okay? It's coming. You're getting ready to go outside into that daylight and experience that vision, the vision, the plan, the warmth, the everything that we get, the growth, everything that we get from the sun. But you're taking your time. You're taking your time because you know that what you have, for some of you, this is a job. For some of you, this is a new place. For some of you, it's, whatever it is you really want now in your lives, this change, this better way is um is coming. And then you have the 2 of Cups. And the 2 of Cups is, a lot of times it's relationship. It's we've made a friend. We've met someone we have strong feelings about. We've reconnected with a family member that we haven't spoke to in years. Maybe that person you had to let go on this journey and comes back and says, I'm sorry and I was wrong and I want to help you. It's connection, reconnection, and partnership. So this could be partnership in doing what you're doing, or support in what you're doing. It could be meeting a new love and someone that thinks just like you do, thinks you're the cat's ass, thinks the sun shines out your rear end. But the thing is you see eye to eye. Okay, you see eye to eye, you agree on things, you think the same way, you feel the same way. Okay, whoever this is in your life. And it feels so good because we've all gone through a long time without connection, without support, feeling. What did I write down here? I wrote something down earlier. Wounded by exclusion, feeling we were excluded, we were disregarded, we weren't considered at all. And now that is healing that. You're feeling supported, we're feeling heard, we're feeling loved, we're feeling camaraderie, and I think that a lot, this is communication too, big time communication. And like I said, seeing eye to eye. I can see their vision, they can see mine. Hey, It's very similar. They think like I do. Yeah. Oh God, what a relief. I'm not a ding dong. I'm not crazy. I'm not the only one out here that thinks this. And so it feels really good. It feels really good to have that, okay? That support and that um you feel like you can move forward, you know? So, ugh, my one leg is killing me. I don't know what in the world I did, but it feels so stiff. So let's get a little bit of clarity, but I feel it's so clear. I feel like in the past you're feeling pulled in two directions. I feel like there was some healing you needed to do, some stuff you needed to get out, feeling like you're at odds with a lot of people and maybe following things you didn't necessarily agree with, or always in a state of us and them kind of thing. And then you did some deep thinking. You've been doing deep thinking to clear all those clouds away, to clear that dust away, and thinking, what's my truth? Like, not what everybody else is saying, doing, suspecting, because there's um, a lot of breeding this toxic, poisonous stuff, and it keeps us in that energy, and I think that finally you say, I'm not participating in that anymore. So you see the sign, you get your idea, you see the potential, and not everybody agrees with you, sees it. That's okay. You need to let them go, and they'll either come back or they won't. That's okay, because you're moving ahead, and suddenly the way clears for you. The way clears, and you're able to take steps. Like I said, you may put a name on a paper in your shoe, and so that they get out of your path of they're not blocking your path anymore, whether it's a person, a company, whatever it is. Okay, help get them out of your path. It never fails. Whenever I'm doing a video, those dogs start barking and freaking out at something. I'm not getting up, so they're going to have to bark. I don't know what they're going on about. Hopefully they're not biting the neighbor or something. I just hope so. So tell me, what does everyone need to know? What do they need more? Well, there it is right there. 7 of Wands. So 7 of Wands is a lot about fight or flight. Okay. Am I going to stick this out? Am I going to stand up for what I believe in? Am I going to stay here and resolve this? Or I'm going to say, this isn't worth it. I am just tired of arguing. I'm tired of defending something that nobody else believes in, you know? Um, and so it's decision time. It's decision time. Am I going to fight or flight? I'm going to leave this and move on to something new, because I got to tell you that that's okay if you don't agree with me. Whoever did the thumbs down, that's fine. I got to tell you that that oh would you stop it? I got to tell you that like in that energy of what, and especially if people don't agree with us, they and you might feel like you have to defend something that is yours, there's people that don't agree with it, that don't get along with it, they think your ideas are dumb, or they're out to take your idea and make it their own, you know something like that. And so you may may have to defend that or just leave it and move on. And so that's up to you. It's a big choice to make at this time. Oh, these dogs, jeepers creepers. So, and that's part of the journey, you know, it's part of the journey. Let's see. What else do you need to know? If it doesn't sound right to you, maybe this isn't your reading. You know, this is meant for who needs to hear it, you know? So it may not be your reading, and that's okay. Like I said, if it's you need to listen to your own self, your own heart, right? May not be anything like this going on in your life. Who knows? Ooh. There's a little bit of take the good and leave the rest. Oh. So this is interesting. Door closing, door opening. So here we have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is usually success. You know, we've achieved something in the past, or we've come to completion in a journey, like the King of Pentacles. He's up there. And we've completed something, and we've done everything we can to, but now there's a new journey ahead. There's something else that we want to explore, that we want to create, that we want to do, because we feel stagnant, bored in this energy that we were in. And here is the Ace of Wands. Here's the new idea, this passionate burst of energy, and the aha moment where we feel, oh, I love that. This is it. I know what I want to do. Or I want to start barrel racing. I want to start, whatever it is, whatever cycle you're in, you're about to begin a new one. And for me, June is also a new beginning. It's a new moon coming, but it's that halfway time through the year where it's a potential for a new cycle, okay? So there's something here that you want to pursue. And I think that you hear about it, see a sign, read about it, something in communication, because we're in Gemini and Jupiter. And so it's highly communicative. And so you get a sign somewhere, and you have an idea, and you want to follow it. And I feel like, again, with this, leaving something behind, beginning something new, door closing, door opening, there are some sort of regrets, something, someone's not happy that you're leaving it behind. Someone's not happy that you're asking questions first before you're willing to commit. And that's okay. In order to know the truth, we ask questions. When something seems weird, we ask questions. We need to know. I'm not stepping into that in the dark. I need to know what that is, what I'm getting into. And it's smart. It's wise to do this. In this story of Psyche and Eros, he comes to visit her at night in the dark. And she can't see who he is. And he wants to remain a mystery. He doesn't want her to know everything about him because he's worried that she'll reject him. But we can only live in the dark for so long. We need to know, And so she's not wrong asking questions. She's not wrong to turn on the light to see who is my lover. Anyway, I'm giving myself completely to this person. I don't even know who it is. And so that's not wrong of her to feel that way. And so he runs off, and he's all upset that she's, that she's gone against something she said she wouldn't do. But our curiosity, our desire to know, because Like I said, there's nothing wrong with her wanting to know what she's giving herself to. He sees everything, he knows everything, and it's not fair. When we're seeing eye to eye with someone, we're sharing, and we're being open, and that requires both sides to be. Okay? So there is a conflict with someone here, okay, in your life, that they either want you to just go along with their ideas, go along with their plan, um, blindly. They want you to go along blindly and just agree. And at some point, you're going to say, I need to know more. I need to know why. I need to know where. I need to know how. And they don't like you asking questions. And that's too bad, because it's natural for you to want to know everything before you invest yourself, your time, your emotions, your money into something. You have a right to know, to be on solid ground moving forward. Okay? So that is totally acceptable. Do not feel bad about, and that's probably why the Seven of Wands is here, because it's fight or flight. You're thinking, you know what? I'm investing in this. I know you're not being honest. I know you're not telling me everything, but I'm willing to stay and work it out. Or you're not telling me. You're not being honest. I'm out of here. I'm not going along with this unless you treat me like an equal. There's this choice happening here, this decision where, because you want to be treated equal. You want to be treated equal, and you have every right to. All right. So it's kind of funny, because I said that we're at that halfway time. It seems like be a real balance time, bringing things back into balance, because there seems to be an offset here. Something's not, and you want it to be more equal. Okay. You want to have a say, and that's completely reasonable. It is. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You want to be valued, respected, or they do, whatever. So, my last card I'm going to take is from the Sacred Rebels Oracle. And I do read this card, just to let you know, I read this because it's quite long, and it's the way they explain it is it's really good, and you'll find value in this, hopefully. So what is that card? What is that message that we need to know from the Sacred Rebels? What do you got to tell everyone? What do you have to tell? I got to tell you, this is a big step for me, doing a reading. I know that I haven't been doing them for a long time. I hope I don't cry. But I've still had a hard time with my niece, and didn't feel I was healthy enough to help you, to give clear, honest guidance to all of you until I feel healed from her, because I still have an emptiness in my soul. There's a big space there that she held in my heart. And so it's taken me some time, and I am healing. I am finding ways to love her without her, you know. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you very much. And so it's taken me some time, and I'm a honest person, and I'm a very like, I can't do something if I don't feel it. I just can't. And I need to feel right about it before I can do it. And so I apologize for my absence, but I just really really need to feel right about it because I can't pass negative energy and negative stuff on to you guys, and so it needs to feel right to me. That energy needs to feel right, and that's why I couldn't do anything until now. And this is why I've started this way from a for a general reading for everyone. I felt like it was a good time and a good way to start. And but it needed to be right because I just can't pass on unauthentic. I need to be authentic, you know. Oh, thank you so much, Yvonne. That means a lot to me. It really does. So we have, oops, I went and dropped it. Oops. Receiving. Receiving. So she's holding a little bowl there. It looks like water. It could be just about anything. Medicine. Reminded me when I first looked at it, it reminded me of a smudge bowl, you know, like an abalone shell. Um, and smudge. I always smudge myself before I do a personal reading, before I do a reading for you guys. Um, I always smudge myself and clear myself, the cards, my glasses. I clear all the energy. And so some of you may need to do this, clear your energy in some way. A bath, water is cleansing, sage is cleansing, cedar is cleansing, sweetgrass. There's many, you know, and you all could tell me 1,000 different ways to cleanse. The key is to do it, you know, not just talk about it. So you may need some cleansing at this point so that you can allow that energy in. Allow it in, because sometimes we block it, because we're hurting, we're stuck in a revolving door of negativity or whatever. But you need to practice this a little bit more. So let's see what this has to say. I'm going to put my Timmy's mug here so I can put the card up so you can look at it while I'm reading. And it's number 27. 27 is a 9. So a 9 is completion, even though 10 is 2. 9 is also, it's the last number before 10, and 10 is 1. 10 is the door closing and opening. It's that transition, that portal. Okay, so 9 is actually the final card. Okay. Oops, there it is. So, you are so loved. Your every need is witnessed and responded to by the universe. However, you sometimes forget this. You've become swept up in the momentum of habitual consciousness, and you forget to take a moment to stop, breathe, and be. In that moment, you can receive the love of the universe that is receiving you. It will nourish you with contentment and energy. You have not done this enough, and your soul is becoming parched and drying out. Energy has been going out of you, but there's not enough coming back in. It's time to bring something back in for you, to receive and to be received. You're being offered a chance for restoration now. And that came up in the star as well. The star is all about restoration, okay? And to feel nourished, cared for, and loved. Accept it. You deserve it. The healing process will help you surrender any guilt or shame you feel for having needs in the first place. It will also help you overcome any struggle that you have receiving and accepting that your needs can be met. Do you know how much joy the universe gains from being able to give to you? When you delight in what you receive, when you openly embrace a gift and are so happy with it, the universe is fully received by you. In this space, there is joyful communion between you and life. Energy flows more freely and magic happens. So I want to bring back the Two of Cups, and that's connection. So it's not just about with another person, it's maybe with your God, with the universe, with acceptance. Because sometimes we don't need another person to say you're fine. We just need to feel it. I'm fine. I'm I don't have anything to feel bad about. There's nothing wrong with my feelings. Um, when you're demure, saying you cannot accept, that it is too great a gift, or that you're not worthy, you're impeding that flow. You're inhibiting the communion, the connection, the playful interaction between you and the universe. Enough with the false modesty and guilt. Enough already. You are a radiant sun in human clothing. An exquisite life experience is your birthright. Enjoy it. Soak it up. All of it, including the restoration of sacred rest. From that place of nourishment, you will more effortlessly create, live, and love with greater energy and thriving, pulsing, and passion. The earth rests each night so it can greet the sun again each morning with that spectacular living art of sunrise. Allow yourself to switch off, step away, close the laptop, switch off the phone, and just be with yourself for a little while. You will return and be more efficient and more exercise. So, that is what the hermit is about. Taking a little time with yourself without the outer influences of everything else, influencing how you think, how you're feeling right now, getting you agitated. Just taking some time and being, sitting in nature, having a nap, switching off. Okay? Ba, 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 ba. Step away, switch off the phone, be with yourself. You will return to be more efficient and effective. Rest now, play now, and work later. Forget your worries for a while. Switch off. Do something else. Let it all go, and it will all flow. Now, it has a healing process here, and it's usually a saying. You find a peaceful spot and you say this out loud, okay? But first, I want to read you this little part. The great French Impressionist painter Monet sat in his garden on a warm afternoon. He was napping lightly on his garden bench, and the sunlight gently dappling through the straw hat resting over his face. It was soft and warm on his closed eyelids. He sighs contently. A nosy neighbor poked his head over the fence, keen to know what the brilliant artist was up to now. Sir, you are resting? The curious neighbor called out. No, Monet responded. I am working. He relaxed further as the mild breeze tickled the hair on his forearms. Monet returned to the garden the next day, consumed by the urge to translate his feelings onto the canvas. He painted with great energy and focus. He was inspired and painted, and the paint flowed. Again, the nosy neighbor poked the head over. He called out, Sir, you are working? No, said the artist, I am resting. So, you know, in our perspective what someone's doing, and in their perspective is totally different. He found he when he rested, he was thinking and all of the things he was doing, and when he was painting, it gave him peace. The ideas were flowing and it was felt so good. Both things felt good, but he gave himself and allowed himself time for those thoughts to come, for those ideas, that inspiration, and in that rest came great ideas, when he just allowed himself to stop, to turn off for a bit. So the healing process, say aloud, I release all false guilt and shame about having needs, and all false beliefs about rest being wasteful or unnecessary. I accept healthy, productive, sacred rest and the gifts of happiness that it brings. I understand that rest and activity balance, feed, and nourish each other. There is sacred healing that happens through rest, which is very powerful. I accept and receive this now through unconditional love. This is now so. So that is it. That's when you are done, give yourself a big hug and perhaps have a nap, a cup of tea, do a little dance around your living room, paint, relax, go for a walk in the park, do a spot of window shopping. Just be, play, laugh, and relax. Give yourself what you feel you need at this time. If you aren't certain, that's fine. Guess. And you know that the more often you do this, the more skilled you will become in identifying and meeting your needs. That's the key. The more often you do this, the more skilled you will become in identifying and meeting your needs. So, yoga and meditation are also good ways to do this. I myself can't do yoga and meditation. My mind is so busy, but I can nap. I can nap. And I can set a chair out in the sun and just let it sit back and just let it warm me like Monet, you know? It just feels good. Sometimes 5 minutes is a great rest. Sometimes 2 hours is a great rest. I built a shed made of all doors, and I just finished painting it white. I painted everything white, really clean, and I wanted everything to be the same color. And now I can add color with all the accessories. But that gave me peace too, you know? Just doing that, like Monet said when he was painting, no, I'm resting. And that painting made me feel good, contented me. And sometimes I love a project, and it's not really, this project isn't getting me anything. It just feels good. So don't forget to give yourself things that just feel good. Doesn't cost any money, just feels good. Okay? So, and that is the receiving. That's the receiving one. And we are allow ourselves time. We are allow ourselves um, things that really don't get us anywhere, but it feels good. And that opens the space, the mind, the energy to receive all those things that we've been wanting, you know, that that sight, that insight, all that. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining me today, everyone that's here. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Suzanne, Rose, and Tina. Thanks all of you for joining me today. I know, like I said, that I've been a little kind of spotty, on, off, doing this, that. I was trying to find my path too. And and so sometimes, at least with me, I'm authentic. I'm not on here saying the same old recording over and over again. And that's important to me. Aw, that's so cute, Jackie. She has a little dog named Tink. That is adorable. Aw. That makes me feel really good and smile ear to ear. I love that you're calling your dog Tink. That's wonderful. Probably not after me. Probably just a name that you really liked and probably really suited your dog. Ah, I'm so happy. And if that's what I can do for you, then that I have done everything I want to do for you. This is connection too between you and me. This is connection because I support you and in whatever you're going through. I believe in you. And I also, want us to allow each other the patience, the time to to do what is right for us individually. Hi, Farida. Oh, thank you so much. You guys are so kind. I am so lucky to have some of the best viewers and participants. I want to say participants because you do participate, in this as well. And I just feel so grateful and I feel loved and appreciated by you. I just want to thank you so much. You're just a great bunch of people. And we connect because we're good people. Great minds think alike. Anyhow, I am going to go out for a motorcycle ride that feels amazing too. And my honey got me a new motorcycle. It's a Royal Enfield Classic 350. And boy, that baby is pretty. It's so old fashioned. It reminds me of Herbie the Love Bug. That's how old I am. I'm really dating myself. And I just fell in love with it. I never expected him to buy it. I said, "What are you doing? You don't have to buy that. I just like it. I like a lot of things. You don't have to buy that. Don't buy it. Don't buy it." He bought it. He's just like that. He's a sweetheart. But it is so adorable. So in my next video, I'm going to put a picture of my new bike. It is so cool looking. Anyway, I love you so much. I have no idea exactly when the next video will be, but I want you to enjoy this month, allow yourself time, and get ready for watch for the signs and give yourself time. Okay, allow yourself time and let things go that want to be that are not in line with how you're feeling, what you're doing, where you're going. Just let them go. If they're meant to be, they'll come back. Okay? And don't forget the name on the shoe, or I mean the name on the paper in your shoe. All right? I love you so much. Have a great day and a great month. Mwah. Bye, my babies.